Hey everybody, welcome back to Addy's World. Today I'm doing a quick install video on the Dyna. I'm actually installing the Ohlins 764LE rear shocks and getting rid of the stock suspension. So let's get her done. Alright, first and foremost, you're going to need to put the motorcycle on a stand, on a jack. I have it up not too high, but it did take some of the pressure off the spring. You're going to remove these two, this nut and this bolt, and then we'll repeat the same thing on the right side of the bike. So to begin, the top nut is a 3/4 inch socket. You'll use it, loosen it up, take that off. Some washers along with the cover, which I already took off. Then you'll move to the bottom. On the driver's side, on my bike, it has a nut, a loose nut, so you got to make sure you grab it with either some pliers or with another wrench. And there it is right there. And you want to make sure to keep all the hardware, because you'll be reusing that. So we got one side, and as you can see, easy to comes right off. And ready for the other side. All right, now we go to the other side. We're gonna loosen up the bottom bolt with the 8mm socket or hex socket. Take that off. Start with the bottom. Let it hang right there. Throw this back in. You don't lose it. Go my 3/4 inch socket, and like I said, I already loosened these up, so it's going to be a little easy. You take your time doing this. No need to rush. And there you go. Like I said, hold on to all the hardware because you might need it. And we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so you have your shock. You have your sleeve that you'll throw into the mounting port, the mounting hole. You put your spacer in. Carefully slide it in. Get the sleeve all the way in. Throw in your second spacer. And just lightly throw it on. Now you'll do the same thing with the bottom. Put over your spacer, your sleeve, and your other spacer on the other side. It's ready to go. I do have to lift the suspension up. I need to bring the jack up to get it to line up with the holes. I'll do that next. So I got the spring on. The only thing is you have to be careful where you have the bike situated. When you bring it down, you got to make sure that it's not too high or too low. So I had to kind of play with it and get it to where it's at right now. If you have an extra hand, this is the time where it could be useful. So it's on there now. You got your OEM bolt. That one came in with the bike. Fasten it, hand tighten it, and then once this side is done, you move on to the right side. You move on to the next side. It's still pretty loose, which is good. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So throw the top one on. You have your sleeve with your spacer, get it all set up, and it should line up perfectly like the other side we just did. Of course, you're going to want to Loctite these. I'm just doing a dry fit right now, and then once I get the suspension where I want it, I'll back them out and throw some Loctite on there. It'd also be helpful to tighten these bolts to manufacturer's specs. Just want to make sure that's where it lines up, and that's its final home. Alright, now that we got our Loctite on and our shocks on, comes the wrenching part. You're going to get your torque wrench. My specs call for a 30 to 40 foot-pounds, but I'm going to go with 36. That one. That one. For this one, you're going to need the wrench on the back to hold the nut. Make sure you grab it good. Right there. And the last one. And there you have it. Ohlins 764 LEs installed on the Dyna Purple Rain. Everybody ride safe and see you on the road. Peace.